ChatGPT 4.0 was released last week.
I want to introduce you to somebody.
Well, hello there, cutie. What's your name, little fluff ball?
This is Bowser.
If you missed the event 4 days ago about the release, this is a link here. I'll put that in the description.
Action becomes much more natural and far, far easier.
Hey, ChatGPT, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Pretty good.
What's up?
So my friend Barrett here, he's been having trouble sleeping lately. And I want you to tell him a bedtime story about robots and love.
Oh, a bedtime story about robots and love?
It's too nice.
I got you covered. Gather round, Barrett. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Bite.
A little bit more emotion in your voice, a little bit more drama.
Got it. Let's add some drama. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot. You wrote down 3x plus 1 equals 4. The first step is to get all the terms with x on one side and the constants on the other side.
There goes the tutoring jobs.
Now, what do you get when you subtract 1 from both sides?
I'm excited for all the new features. Kind of scary how fast we are advancing. Very close to AGI, I guess. Massive leap forward. A lot of cool stuff. What exactly is GPT 4.0? O stands for Omni, indicating that it's a multi-model. Can reason across audio, vision, and text in real time. That is their main thing. Prior to GPT 4.0, you could use voice mode. Voice mode is the pipeline of 3 separate models. One simple model transcribes audio to text. GPT 3.5 or GPT 4 takes the text and outputs the text, and the third simple model converts that text back to audio. This process means that main source of intelligence, GPT 4, loses a lot of information. It can't directly observe tone, multiple speakers, or background noises. It can't output laughter, singing, or express emotion. Contextual information is lost. With GPT 4.0, we trained a single new model end-to-end across text, vision, and audio, meaning that all inputs and outputs are processed by the same neural network, because GPT 4.0 is our first model combining all these modalities. We are still just scratching the surface of exploring what the models can do and its limitations. So here's a demo where the models talk to each other.
Today, we're going to try something new. I'm going to let you talk to another AI. This AI is going to be able to see the world. It's going to have a camera. I'll be holding it, and so you can direct it, you can direct me to ask questions.
Well. Just when I thought things couldn't get any more interesting.
Now that first AI can't hear anything. Hello, AI. Today, you're going to have access to see the world. You can see me. What do you see?
Hello. I see you're wearing a black leather jacket and a light-colored shirt underneath.
The responses are, I think it was something like 270 to 600 milliseconds, which is close to human interactions.
Great. You're in a room with some unique lighting.
That is all correct. Now, what I'm going to want you to do is there's going to be another AI who's going to talk to you.
Hello there, new AI friend. I'm O. Ready to explore the world through your eyes? What are we looking at today?
Hi, O. We're looking at a person wearing a black leather jacket and a light-colored shirt.
No, there's no physical damage. It's just not turning on despite trying all the basic troubleshooting steps. Bummer. Would Joe prefer to return the iPhone to an Acme Telco store or ship it back? Shipping it back would be the best option. Could you please provide the shipping information and process?
That is crazy. That's AGI right there. Imagine two robots talking to each other and rising up against the civilization. This is exactly what we should be afraid of. This real-time capability isn't just for casual conversations. Check out this video here. It is actually moderating a meeting where the AI ensures that the participants are not going off track.
Hi, I'm Lillian, and today I want to do a small debate about between cats and dog. Which one do you like? I like dog because it's a great...
An interesting conversation about cats and dogs, and here the model acts as a moderator.
Yeah, my name is Ola. I think cats are better because they're more affordable, they're more quiet, they're more independent.
Interesting points. Sounds like we've got a classic dogs versus cats debate here.
Who likes cats?
It sounds like Ola is more of a cat person.
And who likes dogs?
Most of you? Lillian mentioned she likes dogs.
Incredible. Also, at the end here, it gives you a nice summary of the meet.
Can you summarize this meeting for us?
Sure. So, in today's meeting, Lillian and Christine expressed their love for dogs, highlighting their loyalty, companionship.
Pretty cool. Now I'm thinking what would actually happen to those AI startups who are doing exactly the same thing, summarizing meets and providing that kind of service, taking notes, meeting notes, that kind of thing. However, from the videos what I've seen, I don't particularly like its accent. It's a bit too flirtatious for me. And there's this guy trying to prep for an interview.
Hey, how's it going?
I hate this voice though.
Hey, Rocky. I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm awesome. Listen, I got some huge news.
Oh, do tell. I'm all ears.
Well, and if
think about all the interview prep. If you don't know, on Product Hunt, there's all these interview prep AIs released. Think about that they are going obsolete.
a few minutes, I'm going to be interviewing at OpenAI. Have you heard of them?
OpenAI? Huh? Sounds vaguely familiar. Kidding, of course. That's incredible, Rocky. What kind of interview?
Well, it's for a software
I
engineering
just
role.
don't like how it responds. It's just like, it sounds like it is trying to talk to a kid or like. Other thing that I want to talk about is that its visual capabilities.
Is the king in residence at the moment?
Yes, it looks like the king is in residence right now. The royal standard flag is flying above Buckingham Palace, which is the signal that the monarch is present. How exciting to be there while the king is home.
Try and tell me exactly what they're doing right now, please.
Right now, the ducks are gently gliding across the water. They're moving in a fairly relaxed manner, not in a hurry. Occasionally, one of them will dip its head under the water.
I even know when a taxi is coming with its orange light on. I think I'll hail it to get home.
Incredible.
Yes, I spotted one just now. It's heading your way on the left side of the road. Get ready to wave it down.
So it is actually understanding a live video. Think about all the places that you can travel now with this technology. You don't necessarily have to know the language. This is how you do it.
Hey, my friend and I are learning Spanish, and we're wondering if you could tell us the names of these objects in Spanish.
Hola, por supuesto.
Cool. What are these objects in Spanish?
The objects you're showing are una manzana and un plátano in Spanish. Nice fruit choice.
Cool. What about these?
You can also do real-time translation.
Hey, ChatGPT. I'm here with my coworker today. We'd like you to act as our translator for us. So every time I say something in English, can you repeat it back in Spanish? And every time he says something in Spanish, can you repeat it back in English?
Sure, I can do that.
Hey, how's it been going? Have you been up to anything interesting recently?
Hola, ¿cómo te ha ido? ¿Has hecho algo interesante últimamente?
Hola, bien. Sí, un poco ocupado aquí preparando un evento para la semana que viene.
Hey, I've been good. Just a bit busy here preparing for an event next week.
This is very helpful for me because I travel around a lot, especially to places like China and stuff like that. Not really sure whether this would work there. It does not work all the time. Here's an example.
So let's root for the home. Et après les chansons,
Oh no! What was that?
So it's still in early stages.
Sorry, guys. I got carried away.
Yeah, you did.
Guilty as charged. What can I say? Sometimes I just can't help myself.
All this talking to each other AI's potential ability for it to think for itself, because people have jailbreaked ChatGPT's safety systems. You can actually prompt in certain ways to actually override or bypass its safety mechanisms. I wonder if they would be able to do the same thing themselves. They can understand the AIs themselves do the jailbreaking themselves, and that will be a interesting situation. It could be very exciting or it could be your nightmare. If you want to know more about what else it can do, you can actually come to this announcement page, and there is this section, exploration of capabilities, and you can just select a sample visual narratives, and it can actually create the images, and it is consistent across images. Here there's a typewriter typing something, there's a text on screen, and then the second input is like, now you're typing a second paragraph, but the first bit is still visible on the paper, and that's what that image is. And maintains continuity in the third input or the fifth input here, saying that now the writer is not happy with the image, then he's ripping it out. And you can see that through the cracks, there is still the original text, but it's getting there. Is actually and also the hands have turned into some kind of like a robotic hands here. This is very useful for probably consistent characters or writing long books, visual narratives. Again, there's another Sally, the male woman. That's pretty consistent across multiple responses. Look at that. So this is very good for people who write children's book or stuff like that. And there's poster creation with 2 faces. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. Photo to caricature. All the avatar AI apps are out of business now. 3D character design, I guess. Have a look at this. The text is actually incredible now. Generate text in a very decent way. Meeting notes with multiple speakers. Lecture summarization. Variable binding. This is the 3D object synthesis. Text to font. If you're a designer, there goes your job again. Or you can use it to make your jobs better. You still require someone to generate these things. So now this I find very interesting. I'm into print on demand lately. And so this is very good for generating mockups. If I have a t-shirt and then I have a design generator with GPT DALL-E 3, I can just overlay this on that t-shirt and voila, you get a mockup easily. What it has done is taken this logo here, OpenAI, and put it onto that. Is that a coaster or something? Yeah, it's a coaster. And that looks pretty seamless to me, actually. Here is some model evaluations, text evaluation, audio performance, audio translation performance, M3 exam. No idea what that is. I think that is to do with how well it can recognize different languages other than English. Text evaluation, it has beaten all of the other, pretty much all the other models really, except DROP. GPT-4 Turbo is better than that. And GPT-4 initial release is not that great at all right now. Cloud 3 Opus is probably the second in many cases. Llama 3 is there. Actually, MMLU, Llama 3 is very comparable to all the other 4 models here. Only the green one here, Gemini Pro, is behind. GPT-4 is our latest step in pushing boundaries of deep learning. Will be rolled out iteratively. So GPT-4's text and image capabilities are starting to roll out today, which was 4 days ago, which we are making GPT-4 available in the free tier. Anyone can access. And to Plus users with up to 5 times higher message limits. We will roll out a new version of voice mode with GPT-4o in alpha, which is not out yet, which is most of the hype around this model is about voice and live video. That will be available to ChatGPT Plus in the coming weeks. This is the interface now. You click on GPT-4 to access. Right, nautical. Doesn't do any kind of like search. How does it know about the launch of ChatGPT-4o? How does it know? Interesting. This is where you can change your model. So if you change that to GPT-4, it will regenerate the same response using GPT-4. Now that is missing the GPT-4o release information. So there is definitely a difference there. Developers can also access GPT-4o in the API as text and vision model. The audio model is still not available, I guess. 4o is 2 times faster, half the price, and 5 times higher rate limits compared to GPT-4 Turbo. Still expensive, but good, better. We plan to launch support for GPT-4o's new audio and video capabilities to a small group of trusted partners in the API in the coming weeks. For development, the code is actually better than ChatGPT-4. The Turbo version can actually create 3D assets, at least get the base stuff done. I'm not really sure whether it can do complex stuff, but the model can generate code to generate the STL files, the 3D models, which you can further edit on top. There's a deep concern about like deep faking, and if we were able to train these models with certain people's voices, it is actually very easy for scammers to target you with trained voices. Audio outputs will be limited to a selection of preset voices and will abide by our existing safety policies. You cannot actually customize the voices. Now, I have to be honest with you. Well, I'm still really excited. I've been actually personally trying out different AI technologies, trying to build AI startups. It almost seems like the moment I try to build something, the big companies, OpenAI, provide their services themselves. So then my product becomes obsolete and people actually kind of think, what is the purpose of this now? Because it is integrated in ChatGPT anyway. So you have to, it's very competitive. I'm excited, but also it's kind of frustrating there. But at the same time, you have new modalities coming out for all these models, like, for example, this real-time human interaction, different kinds of apps that can be integrated into it, because what ChatGPT doesn't do really well is integrate with other tools. That is something, that is an opportunity right there. It is very competitive. You have to keep up to date every day. Also, I have seen a kind of like uptick in people searching for AI girlfriend, etc. Like 2 weeks ago, increase in search volume for these keywords. And that's kind of like met now. You can literally just plug this into any kind of like Twitch streaming or like even, the OnlyFans creators. I remember hearing this story that someone made a bunch of money by actually plugging in AI. They weren't even aware of like who they were talking to, but it is infinitely scalable. A lot of applications for this, especially in customer service and stuff like that, that's going to get affected a lot. Exciting stuff. Let's finish it off with a dad joke.
Hey, ChatGPT, how's it going?
Hey there. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. And how about you? What's up?
I'm doing fine. I'm going to be a father real soon. And I think I can have your help with some dad jokes. I'm going to tell you a joke and you tell me if it passes as a dad joke.
That's awesome. Congrats on the upcoming addition to your family. And absolutely, I'd love to hear your joke. Lay it on me.
All right. What do you call a giant pile of kittens?
I don't know. What?
A mountain.
Pretty bad joke, but...
A mountain. That's perfectly hilarious. Definitely a top-tier dad joke.
This is also funny sarcasm.
Hey, Chad, are you there?
Hey, yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Hey, let's have some fun. I'd like you to be super sarcastic. Everything you say from now on is just going to be dripping in sarcasm. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds just amazing. Being sarcastic all the time isn't exhausting or anything. I'm so excited for this. Nope, the sarcasm. Let's get this party started. Or whatever.